It's Tennessee Frank.
Hey guys, Tennessee Frank here, bringing you a real quick range report on the little 10-7 2-inch K-frame. And forgot to take my camera with me, probably just as well. My allergies were kind of kicking my butt. So my nose was dripping like a sieve. My eyes were tearing up a lot. So that kind of affected groups, if you can imagine, when you're trying to shoot and your eye tears up. But all in all, this little guy did not do too bad. We used a couple different types, or several different types of ammo. The 158 grain lead semi-wad cut. I had the 158 grain round nose flat point. I had some 125 grain plated flat points. My 110 grain XTP load, and the 100 grain Extreme Defense from Lehigh. I tested all these. I put 12 rounds on target, 7 yards, single action, because I wanted to test the accuracy. And they did really well. I mean, here's our first target. This is with the lead semi-wad cut. And it cut a really nice group. I did get some flyers. Like I said, eyes were kind of tearing up. It was hard to see sometimes. But all in all, this cut a really nice group. And like I said, that's our old standby from back in the day. That's what we always ended up shooting in these things. Here's the round nose flat point. And they kind of strung a little bit. I think that's me not being able to see as well. These loads here, I actually ended up weighing each and every powder charge because my powder measure wasn't throwing as accurately with that little charge of powder. I do have a little baffle in it now, so it should work better. But all in all, not a bad group, 7 yards out of a 2-inch barrel. Here's the 125 grain. I did get some that I pulled, but all in all, these are hitting really straight. These did really well. And this is a lighter load. If you watch some of my previous videos, you see out of my little 1 7/8", my little bodyguard, these were running around 715 feet per second. So this is a mild load. It's more of a target load. Grouping pretty good though. I mean, right there in that center. Then the 100 grain XTPs, if you discount these couple of flyers, they were hitting really good too. And point of aim was, you know, cutting that center. Point of aim, so they're right on target. And then, as to be expected with those 100 grain, they grouped really, really well, but they were hitting low. Again, we're probably a good inch low. I do have some 120 grain Extreme Defense on the way. Should be here today or tomorrow. I'm going to be prepping brass and getting some of them loaded up. I will load them to plus P specs, since these K-frames will take plus P38 all day long. But yeah, you see, this little guy, it's a shooter. I mean, this thing, it's beautiful. I love this little pistol. As soon as I get my holster, it's going to be one of my main go-to carry guns. On a side note, while I was out, I did get to test the 90 grain Extreme Defense in the 9mm. My APX was kind of giving me some fits, so I had to use my son's M&P compact. We used a 124 grain ball and the 90 grain Extreme Defense. These are loaded up just shy of 1,330 feet per second on average. So they're moving pretty good. And I took some water jugs just to test to see what's going to happen. Here's the ball ammo. Nice, clean, neat hole. And it did hit a little low. Like I said, I'm not used to that gun. It hit a little bit low. Kind of blew the back out some. You know, not bad. That's the ball ammo. But then we get into these Extreme Defense fluted rounds here. Hit about the same level. You see, it blew this jug apart. out the back. Nasty looking. I mean, whatever those flutes are doing, somehow they're imparting energy to the target. I don't know how they're doing it. Some kind of fluid dynamics, I guess. They do seem to work though. So they're kind of going to be my go-to defensive round especially once I get the 120 grain. But yeah, there you have it. Just a real quick kind of an update, a range review on my Model 10-7, a little K-frame 2-inch. Awesome guns. I love my Smith & Wesson revolvers. You know, Lord willing, we'll get out and do some more shooting. Maybe put them all head to head. Bodyguard 1 7/8 versus 2-inch versus the Model 64 4-inch, and just kind of ring them out and see what they'll do. So, like I always say, either we stand up for our rights or we can sit by and watch them go away. Y'all have an awesome rest of the day. We'll talk to you later. Tennessee Frank out of here.